Horshan at 12-1. Then it's Pasicos at 8-1. Hawkster 5-2. Russell Baze getting them out late as Pat Valenzuela called in sick again. There's some real concern about Pat Valenzuela in California. Pay the Butler at 11-1. Continuing on with this field. Indelicio at 27, Lively One at 11, along with Pleasant Variety. And winding things up, it's Great Communicator, the 8, and Saratoga Passage 9. Here's the call of the Oak Tree Invitational with Trevor Denman at Santa Anita.
Runners for the Oak Tree Invitational sent on their way. It was a beautiful beginning. They all came away smoothly. Hawkster immediately goes to the lead. Lively One is second. Great Communicator on the outside, and Warshan under a tight hold at the rail is 3 off the leader. Bill Shoemaker has Pasicos in 5th position. He's tugging hard as well. On the outside of him we have Indelicio. Pay the Butler and Saratoga Passage at 10 lengths off the leader. The early trailer is Pleasant Variety. Into the stretch first time round, and Hawkster has a hold of that bit, and he's pulling his way along up front. Hawkster going fast for 1.5 miles. He's drawn off to lead it by 7 lengths. Lively One is second. Great Communicator outside of him. Down at the rail, Fernando Toro and Warshan scrape the paint going easy. Pasicos right alongside of him. It's another 3 back to Indelicio. Pay the Butler is down at the rail. Saratoga Passage about 18 lengths off the leader, and the trailer is Pleasant Variety. They head to the 7/8 pole. Hawkster still tugging away at Russell Baze, leads them now by 7 lengths. Lively One is in second. Great Communicator third. Warshan tucked in down at the rail. Pasicos is still tugging away at Bill Shoemaker. They 10 off that leader. Then there's a big gap of 5 back to Indelicio and Pay the Butler. Pleasant Variety at the rails. Saratoga Passage the trailer. Exceptionally strung out as they go to the half-mile pole. Hawkster still out there, leads them now by 9 lengths. Lively One second, then Great Communicator. On the rail we have Warshan, Pasicos, Bill Shoemaker still just sitting on him. Can Bill Shoemaker pull off the Oak Tree Invitational? He's got a big shot on Pasicos, who's making his move on the outside. Then back to Pay the Butler. Saratoga Passage a long way back. They go to the quarter pole. Hawkster's not showing any signs of slowing down. He leads them by 9 lengths. Lively One and Pasicos are chasing him home. At the top of the lane, Russell Baze goes to the whip on Hawkster. He's still striding well. He leads it by 8 lengths. Lively One, Pasicos, Pay the Butler, and on the outside, Pleasant Variety. But Hawkster is clear by 6. Here comes Pay the Butler now flying, but Hawkster's finding more. Pay the Butler can't get to Hawkster, and it's going to be Hawkster and Russell Baze to win the Oak Tree Invitational. They won it by about...
Well, Hawkster and Russell Baze never came back to the rest of the field like they expected. He wins by 4 lengths. The time, 2:22.4, is a new world record, eclipsing the old mark by 1/5 of a second. That 1.5 miles on the turf had been held by John Henry, Fiddle Island Double Discount. Hawkster, a September '87 Keeneland sales graduate, sold for $26,000. The son of Silverhawk out of the mare's straight lane, trained by Ron McAnally. Second, Pay the Butler, and then Saratoga Passage for the show. Now let's take a closer look at the race with Mike Martin of the Daily Racing Form, and then Hawkster's late change rider, jockey Russell Baze.
It was a brilliant win by Hawkster, the 3-year-old, who led from start to finish. What made it brilliant were 2 things. One, that he opened up some 7, 8, 9, 10 lengths and went amazing splits of 110 and 3 and 133 and change, setting a pace that would have that certainly convinced everyone else in the race that he was going to come back to them. That's why the other jockeys took a hold of their mounts, and they were waiting for him to come back to them, but he didn't come back.
So the race set up, you know, about like we wanted to. We figured I had the speed in the race, and actually around the last turn he was pricking his ears. He was doing it so easily, and when we turned for home I just switched sticks and hit him left-handed, and he responded real well from it. And there was never any doubt in my mind who was the best horse.
Well, now, Hawkster is not Breeders' Cup eligible, and they say right now there's maybe just a 50-50 chance they may pay the late supplement to get him to the Breeders' Cup. Well,